Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the ITTF Seamaster 2017 World Tour Platinum Australian Open, coming to you live from Gold Coast, Australia. I'm your commentator, Adam Bobrow, and this is the young Korean pairing, representing Korea, of course, here in the men's doubles final. It's JANG Woojin in the front and Park Ganghyeon in the back. And here the Taiwanese two from Chinese Taipei. On the left is CHEN Chien-An, and on the right is Hung-Chieh. Hung-Chieh, again, baby on the way, just announced recently, is having quite a tournament here in doubles. A lot of fans in Taiwan will be watching and cheering quite loud for this. Had a chance to talk to some of the journalists and newscasters in Taiwan about the potential for these two here in this tournament. Again, it is a Platinum Series event, so this is a big deal, and it's worth a lot of bonus points, not only in world rankings, but especially for the big prize money tournament, the World Tour Grand Finals at the end of the year. Now, JANG Woojin, the junior world champion, much like CHEN Chien-An, was knocked out of this tournament earlier. It was Sunil Shetty from India. So India with a very strong showing in this tournament in the men's singles in preparation for Ultimate Table Tennis, the new Indian Teams League coming up next week. So that'll be very exciting. And JANG Woojin has shown a lot of potential since winning in 2013 the Junior World Championships. Mladen Vidovic there, Croatian umpire for the match. And there we've got the coach for the Taiwanese pair. It's Lai Guan-shun, very friendly coach who's had a lot of experience over the years. And there's Marie Pinkovic from Australia, our assistant umpire. So this will be another 5-gamer, and it'll be interesting because it goes quite quick, as you saw. Here's the world standings for the men's doubles on the World Tour. Yuya Oshima and Masataka Morizono, incredibly strong. It's Ma Long and Xu Xin right behind, and then another Japanese pairing, Jin Ueda, Maharu Yoshimura, Christian Carlsen and Matthias Carlsen in fourth. Right now, they actually not only share a last name, but a world ranking, which is pretty rare. They are both the top player from Sweden. I think it's 24 in the world, if memory serves. But here's the road to the final. You can see on screen from the quarterfinal on. But I'm going to go a step further. I'm going to take it all the way back. I'm going to throw it back to the opening round for you and tell you exactly how these players got here. But just to make it more interesting, I'm going to hold off and tell you that in a bit. All right, I think now's the time. JANG Woojin and Park Ganghyeon had a bye in the opening round. After that, they beat Australia's Hemming Hu and Yan Xin 3-0. After that, it was Jin Ueda from Japan and Maharu Yoshimura, also from Japan. That was a 3-0 victory as well for the Korean pair. And on the other side of the bracket, CHEN Chien-An and Hung-Chieh started off beating India's Amalraj Anthony and Harmeet Desai. And that was a 3-2 victory, 11-7 in the decider. So a strong fight from the Indian pair, but not strong enough. The next round, Jang Hong-Chieh and CHEN Chien-An beat Tristan Flor and Simone Gauzy. Simone Gauzy you'll have a chance to see later on in the men's singles final. That was a 3-1 victory for the Taiwanese two. And then following that, it was Gao Ning of Singapore and Hung-Chieh Jie. Hung-Chieh Jie playing way above his world ranking, and Gao Ning having quite an impressive match against Vladimir Samsonov. Gao Ning's had some ups and downs, and there's talking about him becoming part of the coaching staff. And we'll see, but he's definitely given years of top-level play to Singapore. So now the real test is to see who will take the title. It's interesting, a lot of people don't remember second place, except for the people who lost that match. Out here, we've got the right-left-handed combination and the black and yellow. Interestingly enough, similar uniforms, the same design. And then, of course, the Korean side also, a righty-lefty combination. So we can expect a lot of amazing rallies, a lot of counter loops from all over. And whenever JANG Woojin's on the court, although the same can be said for CHEN Chien-An, they can be dangerous from anywhere off the table. JANG Woojin, much like Yuya Oshima, will find himself running the ball down, chasing, lobbing, and not afraid to counter with the backhand from off the table. CHEN Chien-An has a very unusual ability and quite a shocking ability to counter with his backhand. in a way that seems a little bit flat, but is quite deep on the table and very threatening. In T2, I had a chance to see CHEN Chien-An beating Shang Qin just last week, the one Chinese player who could beat Ma Long on the World Tour in 2015. And CHEN Chien-An absolutely demolished him. That speaks really highly of CHEN Chien-An's, I'd say, potential, his ability. By world rankings, CHEN Chien-An currently world rank number 50, Hung-Chieh world rank number 117, JANG Woojin world rank 44, and Park Ganghyeon 158. You can hear some very vocal Korean fans in the crowd. Australia has a few of them here. Going for the backhand flip over the table, Jang Hong-Chieh finds the net and out. Wow, that's a tough shot. Now this is a table tennis player's shot to appreciate. Right at the back edge of the table, very soft touch. Top of the net, and Jang Hong-Chieh's shot goes just long enough. Jang Woojin, very impressive spatial awareness to loop that ball so powerfully. Oh, Park Ganghyeon as well. Park with the cross-court opening. Now, by world ranking, Park Ganghyeon is the weakest player on the court, but this tournament created quite some challenges. Now, both national associations have strong doubles pairings over the years. CHEN Chien-An, a world champion in doubles with Chwani, Zhuang Zhiyuan. From a balance standpoint, Jang Hong-Chieh just seems to be a little bit on his heels right now. Very assertive, positive play from the young Korean pair. Both of the Korean players are 21 years old. The average age for the Taiwanese pair is 27 years old. Beautiful backhand down the middle of the table. Punched back. So Jang Woojin and Park Ganghyeon still leading by a significant amount, although it is relatively early in the game. I think Jang Hong-Chieh is going to have to be a little bit more surprising in the receive game, and there was a warning on serve here. The toss needs to be higher, says the umpire. 16 centimeters high from the point that leaves the hand. Ooh. Top of the net break there. Break off the top of the net as well. There's been a lot of fortune, but overall, just stronger play from the Korean pair. So it's 8 game points for the 21-year-old Koreans. And they only need the first one, 7 to spare. It's 11-2, game 1. Jang Woojin and Park Ganghyeon in absolute dominating fashion out here. Again, it's a best of 5. So CHEN Chien-An and Jang Hong-Chieh, if they want to make this a match, are going to have to find some answers quickly. They're going to switch the order of service as we come back for game 2. Stay right here. So as the players come back to the table for game 2, it's the Korean pair leading. Korean pair talking to legendary player Kim Tak-soo, one of the all-time great J-Pen players. Quite big in '92. the Olympic Games. And on the other side, the pair representing Chinese Taipei has Lai Guanshen, who's been coaching the team in and out on the World Tour for some time. Now it's interesting to see who the crowd sides with. Again, we have some vocal Korean fans here in Australia. And while there is some separation in many ways, there might be a sense of sort of brotherhood with the Chinese fans here, the Chinese Taipei pair. I like that. I like to see support. It's pretty cool. See them sort of uniting as fans here in support. Going to the ground from down below the table, taking this ball so late, a very bold shot. Positioning now favoring the pair of Chinese Taipei, Hung-Chieh and CHEN Chien-An. Beautiful angle in the follow-up attack, CHEN Chien-An, but I give the assist to Hung-Chieh here for creating this opportunity. That wide, long push surprises Park Ganghyeon completely. Beautiful shot to counter down the middle of the table, and the crowd with their hands in the air. Hung-Chieh finishing the point after CHEN Chien-An spins down to the ground for this ball. Back up on his feet and ready just in case, but the damage has been done. The streak continues. The quality of point is getting better and better, and this is quite a different game than game one. Game one, 11-2 for the Korean pair. No problem, CHEN Chien-An going for the big forehand shot. Cross-court flip kill. Beautiful change of pace from CHEN Chien-An. JANG Woojin, very focused, stays right in there. Able to get the opening loop with the forehand. Now this receive leaves a lot to be desired on the side of the Taiwanese pairing. Park Ganghyeon with the light rotation. Looks heavier than it is. Tricky serve. And a timeout called. I think this is a wise timeout from the Chinese Taipei coach, Lai Guanshen. From up 6-2, 3 points in a row, the Korean pair come back. Again, this is a best of 5, so it's important, more important than usual, or in a best of 7, to take the early games in the match. So Hung-Chieh doing just what we talked about in game one and changing up the rhythm, pushing it deep. It's been a while since I've seen a faux hawk. Very nice to see that with the coach for the Chinese Taipei team. Rock and roll, table tennis knowledge up in there. But Hung-Chieh's variation in the receive game, opening attacks, again, not needing to kill the ball, but placement is going to be more important. CHEN Chien-An has so much power on a lot of his shots, and he can play wide angles. This tends to be a specialty of a left-handed player, as they're usually playing right-handed players who aren't quite used to having to cover such a wide forehand angle. So we'll see what words of wisdom were shared and how they settle in. It's a Chinese Taipei pair on the receive. Spinny ball from CHEN Chien-An to take the first point out of the timeout and hang on to a 2-point lead as we get into the second towel break. Jang Woojin trying to keep his head in the game, and Park Ganghyeon pats him on the back, says no problem. Now in doubles, that's actually often one of the most important things, supporting your teammate. Beautiful combination. Hung-Chieh has the racket head up for the push, realizes he can get the attack, takes a short stroke to play it out wide. The combination, of course, with the follow-up attack from CHEN Chien-An. Just enough. Jang Hung-Chieh cleaning the table of a fly. Hope we get a chance to see that later. He was being very gentle with the fly. This is from a man who just had a Disneyland wedding. So you know he's gentle. He's a gentle man in the most literal sense. But when he's on the table, he's fierce. Still 2 points away. Taiwanese pair has to keep their focus here. Oh, a beautiful surprise play. The opening attack from the young Koreans. Look at this, JANG Woojin so fast manages to come around the outside of the ball. Two-point game now. Serve sits up just a little bit. Park Ganghyeon takes a good look at it, squares away, tucks back with the opening backhand. And that wristy spin opening makes it a 1-point game. There it is, the big backhand. They turn for the eye contact, fists clinched. The synergy with the team right now at the third towel break of the game. This is a big shot for CHEN Chien-An. One of his best, most dangerous and venomous weapons out here is that backhand on the uprise. Doesn't allow the opponents time to react. 2 game points for the Taiwanese pair in black. And the push was long, but maybe not long enough to beat JANG Woojin to the corner. He's got fast feet and he's got a strong forehand loop. Both sides for that matter. Kim Tak-soo there, trying to pump up his Korean 21-year-olds. And this time it's a little bit heavier, but JANG Woojin reads it, opens the racket, leans back, and spins it deep to the corner. So 2 game points have gone away. Chinese Taipei in the mixed doubles World Championships finals match came close, but fell second. So right here, it's a big step around forehand. Jang Hung-Chieh coming into the game. He's shown up at different times to be quite valuable, and even though he's falling away, he still gets everything he needs to into that shot. As they alternate, he'll have time to get back into the point. And a solid spinny opening backhand from Jang Hung-Chieh, but it's countered well. Now, one thing about Jang Hung-Chieh, he's got a very clean game, very fresh strokes. I mean, technically, he does everything right, but for the same reason, it might be a little bit more predictable for the opponents. Very close to the back edge of the table. The push goes long. And the element of surprise paying off here. It looked on 2 occasions, both of these last pushes, those balls looked like they would have come off the table. The Taiwanese pair could have opened up with the attack. Now it's game point once again. Beautiful shot, the inside-out forehand from down low, and CHEN Chien-An takes the game. This is tied up 1 game apiece. It's Korea versus the pair from Chinese Taipei. And we'll be back to see who takes the lead. Game 3 coming up right after this. Back for game number 3. It's tied up at 1 game apiece. Again, Jang Hung-Chieh pulling off some big shots at the end of game 2. Could it be the inspiration of having a baby on the way? Could it be the pressure to deliver? No pun intended there, of course. Jang Hung-Chieh on the receive. Heavy spin from Jang Woojin off the table. Oh, surprise. JANG Woojin turns early. Clever play right there for Hung-Chieh to go out wide with the angle to the forehand side. It really is quite touching to hear the Chinese fans in the crowd chanting Jiao for the pair. The pair in black, of course. Wow, reaction time. CHEN Chien-An staying right on top of the bounce. It was very clear to see from that angle before. Look how close to the table he is. You've got JANG Woojin way behind. It just allows more predictability on the angle. So even though JANG Woojin has solid power, he's going to be less threatening from off the table. Gives time to the opponent to react here. Quite well, I'd say, above his world ranking. We see this from time to time in the doubles. Wang Sheng, who I think is out on injury right now, of the Chinese Taipei team. He's actually been a specialist in doubles, but in the singles, we don't usually see him in the later rounds. Spinny ball to the short side of the table, goes long. Point for point here. Whoever takes this game will be one game away from the title and leave their opponents in a lot of pressure, a lot of hot water here. Park Ganghyeon once again. That big forehand from off the table. Solid start to the point. He's a bit unpredictable with where he's going to go on his forehand. Makes it tougher to block. And a quality opening receive. Hung-Chieh sees the ball coming off the table. Gets the first shot and makes it a quality one. Beautiful forehand flip. JANG Woojin with a high-risk shot. Now this push is a bit in between, and Park Ganghyeon is too strong right now. Takes advantage, rips it out wide. The third ball from CHEN Chien-An. Gonna have to be some clear decisions. If it's a long push, the placement is gonna have to be there, and it's gonna have to be deep on the table. It's gonna have to be fast. Otherwise, half long is gonna have to stay on the table or really close to the back edge. Korean pair starts to pull ahead, and you can see the pressure settling in. Is to turn. Looks like an opportunity for CHEN Chien-An to play it down the line. And if not, he's going to have to go deeper into the backhand corner of his opponent to jam up Park Ganghyeon. Oh. Off the edge of the racket, but the placement could not have been better. JANG Woojin taking the point. So it's 5 game points for the Korean pair in the neon green. 11-5, another dominant performance. This is the combination that favored the Korean pair. And we'll be back for the combination that favored the Taiwanese pair in black and neon green. Game 4 coming up right after this. And as time is called, the players leave their coach's corner. Back to the table, drying the face, of course. Want to make sure no sweat's getting in the eyes. They are leading 2-1 after all. It's the Korean pair, the bottom of the screen. 1 game away from a title and a whole lot of points in the World Tour standings for the World Tour Grand Finals. Much better quality shot. The forehand flip from JANG Woojin was a bit predictable for Jang Hung-Chieh. He's in position. Times it well as he's backing away from the table. Oh, down the line, a surprise forehand flip. This is a very impressive shot to get there so quickly, but to play the shortest side of the table. This is why footwork is so important. Jang Woojin with a lot of racket head speed on that one. Steps around and gets the full arm stroke. Jang Woojin very physically active behind the table. A little interesting cameo appearance there from Australian celebrity. Could not be identified. Either way, it's tied up 2 points each. Top of the net and out. Big point here, every point counts. And I mean that in the way that Harimoto values every point. Just missed time, the softer shot, and CHEN Chien-An does not connect from behind the table. So coming into the first towel break of the game, it's Park Ganghyeon with a nice change of pace here. And it seemed like a little bit of a sort of extension, just keep the ball in play shot, but it worked. Jang Woojin apologizing there, not quite sure what it was. Park Ganghyeon with a big shot. This time a much more decisive and aggressive shot. And the crowd again starting to get behind the pair in black. Kim Tak-soo out there giving some coaching. Completely legal as of October 1st, 2016. That forehand once again from Jang Woojin. Very strong. He didn't have the most successful men's singles event, so this is his best opportunity here to take a title. Quite frankly, if he was able to win his match against Sunil Shetty and not be here to take the title, I think he'd prefer to take the title and have it the way it is. Korean pair playing very well again. This was the order as they've switched up the order of who receives from who follows the order of play, I guess. The Korean pair breaking the pattern well. 3 points away from the title. The timeout has already been used for the men in black. MIB, if you will. Smith. Oh, deep on the table, a chop block from off the table. CHEN Chien-An able to keep it on. Still a lot of pressure. Watch where the ball comes down into play here. Jang Woojin loading that with topspin. There it is, quality long push out wide to the forehand side. Jang Hung-Chieh creating the opportunity. Still a long way to go. Well played right into the body. That's the power of CHEN Chien-An. Really strong loops. Jang Woojin's so far behind the table. He's got time to react to this and still decides to use the forehand to turn on the middle. There it is once again. Now this is a combination that's working well. Jang Hung-Chieh with the spinny shot deep on the table and then leave it to CHEN Chien-An to finish. He has the finishing power. He's got that inside-out forehand angle, and it's forced the timeout now. Kim Tak-soo in the corner for the Korean pair is going to have a word or several words, plural, with his players to see if they can stop this comeback. 3 in a row now from down 3-9. It's 9-6. As the men in black, the pair from Taiwan, are making their way back into this match. A little bit more consistency from Hung-Chieh. And then CHEN Chien-An, those inside-out forehands. So as they dry off, try to cool down. Sometimes a timeout. I mean, Kim Tak-soo obviously has a lot of thoughts here to share. No question about it. A legend of the sport. One of the 3 most famous Korean players of all time. Probably just behind Yoo Sung-min and the national hero, Yoo Nam-gyu, the first Olympic gold medalist to win the gold medal for men's singles in 1988. So let's see how the wisdom settles in for the 221-year-olds. Junior world champion JANG Woojin with the serve. Short side of the table attempted. CHEN Chien-An going for a little riskier ball as the opponent was waiting for the wider inside-out forehand. Takes it late, and now 4 championship points for the young Korean pair. And they've done it. It's Park Ganghyeon and JANG Woojin with the high five and the hug as they take down Chinese Taipei's CHEN Chien-An and Hung-Chieh. Quite a strong start to the match from both sides, but a stronger finish from JANG Woojin and Park Ganghyeon. There are the scores on screen. Dominance in the games they won. 11-2, a loss by 2 at 11-13, 11-5, and 11-6 for a 3-1 victory. Prize money all up in here for these 2 young Koreans. And there's Matt Pound of ITTF to make sure we get everything we need and the crowd gets to hear from the champions here. So stick around. We'll see if we have an on-court interview. You're watching the 2017 Seamaster World Tour Platinum Australian Open.
Congratulations to Hung-Chieh and Woojin for winning the World Tour Men's Doubles Seamaster Australian Open. So firstly to Woojin, you've won a previous title. What do you think of your new partner?
예전에 월드 투어에서 이긴 적이 있었잖아요. 그리고 처음 파트너를 하신 것 같은데 박광현 선수에 대해서 어떻게 생각하는지 파트너 한 거에 대해서?
일단은 그 같이 처음 파트너 하고 한 거 치고는 좀 잘 돼가지고 많이 기쁘고, 그리고 전에도 계속 시합은 했었어가지고 그래도 짧은 기간에 이렇게 1등을 한 게 너무 기분이 좋은 것 같습니다.
He's really happy to have Ganghyeon as a partner, as a new partner. They've been playing and practicing together for a long time in Korea, and they're really happy for a short period of time, and they win it, the World Tour, and he's really happy with that.
And to you, so this is your first World Tour title. How does it feel to be in the big time?
월드 투어에 처음 나오셔서 같이 파트너해서 금메달을 땄잖아요. 그거에 대해서 어떻게 생각하는지 소감을 좀 얘기해 주세요.
처음에는 이제 1등 할 줄 모르고 나왔는데 이제 막상 이제 오다도 운도 따라주고 이렇게 여기 와서 이제 운동 이제 호흡도 잘 맞춰가면서 이제 준비를 잘해서 이제 1등을 할 수 있게 된 것 같아요.
First time they just think that, oh, well, how it's going to go, I'm not going to win it, maybe, but I'll try to do my best to win the World Tour because this is first time. And they be practicing together all the way to in Gold Coast Center, and they're really happy and, win the game. And they will go a long time, he thinks.
And do you think that this is a combination that can go on and win the World Tour Doubles Finals this year?
올해 이제 앞으로 경기가 또 더 있잖아요. 여러 나라에서. 근데 앞으로 두 분이서 같이 이제 처음으로 이겼는데 앞으로도 이길 가능성이 있는 것 같은지 어떻게 계획하고 있는지.
네, 이길 가능성은 충분히 있고 앞으로 더 잘 해가지고 뭐 이번 연도 말에 하는 그랜드 파이널 복식에 나가서 또 성적 내고 싶습니다. 네.
They will try their best to have a good result, and he think that grand final end of this year they will play well and they will win it. They are confident with that.
Okay, fantastic. So once again, big congratulations to great men's doubles champions.
Thank you.